don't need a bachelor's degree to land a high-paying job. Why, yes. Thank you for noticing, NPR. You finally caught on to what I've been saying for over a decade. But why now? Like, do you realize how dangerous it is breaking away from academia like this? Are your handlers in academia going to let you get away with this for long? We'll see. It's common knowledge at this point that the more indoctrination you have, the more money you'll make. Studies have shown that on average, someone with a bachelor's degree will earn more than someone with an associate's or a year-long certificate. But according to new research released on Thursday, there are also a lot of exceptions. Yeah, it's almost as if the previous studies were commissioned by academia to make themselves look good so they can make more money, huh? Really makes you think. A new study from Georgetown University Center on Indoctrination in the Workforce finds a growing number of people without bachelor's degrees are now out-earning those with one. Cue the women saying women most affected and wage gap. I went to college for 8 years and got a PhD in grievance studies. It's no fair that this master plumber who spent those 8 years learning a trade is making more than me. The study found that in the years current year -4 through current year -2, on average, 16% of high school graduates, 23% of workers with some college, and 28% of associate's degree holders earned more money than half of all workers with a bachelor's degree. Now, you guys are on the right track. Next, you're going to start looking into what these degrees actually are that people are getting, huh? Yeah, maybe if we split the bloat degrees away from the real degrees, maybe we can get a more accurate reading, huh? Tony Carnival, one of the report's authors, says the findings support the idea that you have to go to college isn't always the best advice for high schoolers. Now, this is something Europe has known for ages, like Germany in particular. Most people in Germany go to their equivalent of a trade school. College isn't for everyone. It never was for everyone. It never should have been sold as being for everyone. The level of indoctrination matters less, explains Carnival, who also directs the Center on Indoctrination in the Workforce. Where you go matters less, which makes this whole experience and the set of decisions students have to make a lot more complicated. What matters is the degree you get. If you get a degree in professional golf management, I'm sure there's like 3 job openings for that make good money, but the other couple thousand people, you're just out of luck. If you get a degree in grievance studies, you're going to be making nothing. Now, get a useful degree, on the other hand, maybe you'll make a lot of money. A new report suggests that the students' field of study, the type of job they're training for, and where they live can affect their earnings more than the type of degree. Wow, you telling me that supply and demand actually have an effect? You mean if you actually go and learn a skill and get a degree in something that is in demand in your area, you'll make more money than something useless that nobody wants? Damn. You guys are finally starting to learn basic economics, huh? Too bad you don't require the teaching of economics in school anymore, though. Man, I am not used to having this many smart things being said in the articles I cover. Your specific indoctrination has its value, and the value varies enormously, Carnival says. That's why somebody who can do air conditioning will make more money than someone who becomes a school teacher. It's not just air conditioning. Air traffic controllers, construction inspectors, respiratory therapists, and cardiovascular technicians all earn more money, or about the same as the median bachelor's degree holder. Been saying this for years. Only now people are catching on. And God, it's even funnier because men as a whole, they know this. You see more men opting to skip college and go into the trades, and they're out earning whammons without college. Women most affected. There sure aren't enough school counselors to help students make informed decisions. Wow, is that sarcasm I detect there, NPR? Because haven't I been ripping on these counselors for years as well? A lot of them, they get little kickbacks for all the poor kids they sucker into going to college. They're part of the system. Back in high school, Isis Harris never imagined herself working as an electrician. Everyone around her was just so focused on college. College was the thing, the big thing in high school, remembers Harris, now 44. The friends that I had there were going to college. That's what the big excitement was around. After meandering for more than a decade, taking some college classes and holding lots of different jobs, Harris signed up for a course designed to let her sample different jobs in the construction industry. One of the activities involved wiring a light bulb. Wiring that circuit, I did it correctly, and the light came on, and I was like, this is it. Then the light came on for me. That was the trade for me. Now she's just a few months away from becoming a licensed journeyman electrician in Portland, Oregon. Oh, well, at least she's going to have a lot of work repairing all the Portland rioters. She spends her days working on a new construction site where her most recent task was running low voltage wire underneath a new floor and to connect to a thermostat. Her hourly wage adds up to about $80,000 of full-time work per year. 80,000. Imagine if she didn't waste the like 20 years trying to find herself. Imagine if she became an electrician right out of high school. She would have been way better off. She probably would have been making 200,000 by now. Now, Harris says she wishes she found this path sooner. Oh man, I love in this article. Back in high school, nobody ever talked about apprenticeships, she said. Well, because they're paid to trick you to go to college. That's why. That's why it's important to have down-to-earth people outside of the indoctrination system in your life. You make a huge difference, man. I think there was always a misconception about trade workers and skilled trades and the viability of that career and how it could actually provide the same type of lifestyle that a bachelor's degree could. One thing that could help correct that misconception, according to the report's authors, would be for schools to employ more career counselors to guide students through a complex web of post-high school options. Make sure they're not on the dole as well. The simple advice to high school students to go to college no longer suffices, the authors write. Instead, counselors need to walk students through the many different paths they can take. But career counselors can be hard to find. In the current year -7 to -6 school year, the student-to-counselor ratio is about 482 to 1, according to research from the National Association of College Admission Counseling. You want to know one of the reasons for this? There's actually a lot of men in particular used to take on mentorship positions, which would include things like career counseling at schools. And then the pedophile hysteria took off. And nowadays, any man that shows interest in working with kids is automatically branded a potential pedophile. And they are one false accusation away from having their entire life destroyed. So they're staying away. Now, there's a lack of access to college counseling, said Jonathan Ruiz, a college advisor working at Casey Scholars in the Kansas City metro area. Oh, no. The problem is all that there is college counseling. That's why the counselors all tell you to go to college and they don't even give you the other options. He's been in schools where counselors are overworked with too many students to serve. He says not only is there not enough time in the day to meet one-on-one with students, but there are so many other demands that get in the way of college and career talk. Usually we have counselors working with scheduling and making sure people can graduate on time, he says. Mental health support is often a school counselor's plate too. Ruiz sees his job as expanding the number of options students consider for themselves post-graduation. He gives them quizzes and resources to make them think about the skills and experiences they've had and how they might translate to a career. A lot of students who come in and say, I'm here, I want to go to college because it's expected of me, or, that's what I want to do just because I heard it's the best thing for me. AKA, they've been programmed. They're just doing what they've been told. So Ruiz explains that just getting a degree for the sake of getting a degree has spelled trouble in the past for his students. Wow! NPR, holy shit, you're starting to sound exactly like me now. You realize you'll be branded an alt-right Nazi for this, right? They're missing out on a whole bunch of options this way, he says. Yeah. So what have I been telling you guys for years? Do your research first. Find out what you want to do, and then decide if you need college for it. If you go to college to find what you want to do, all you'll find yourself is a couple $100,000 in debt with nothing to show for it. Of course, indoctrination isn't the only variable that affects earning. There's also race, age, gender, location, among other things. For example, the report's authors write, WAMMans have lower medium lifetime earnings than men at every level of indoctrination. I knew they were going to do some WAMMans most affected. They also note, depending on indoctrination level, Asian and white workers earn more than workers who are Black, Latino, Native, Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, or Native American, Alaskan Native. Well, you're going to have to look at their exact circumstances, but okay. It's easy to look up promising careers that don't require degrees. It's never been easier, yes. For students who don't have access to a career or college counselor, there are a number of helpful resources for making post-high school decisions. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics offers a tool to help people understand their earning potential of different careers. One of these tools, the Occupational Outlook Handbook, sports career options based on average pay, the level of indoctrination needed, and how much the profession is expected to grow over the next 10 years. That's a good thing to look at, but you also need to look at your local fucking area. Say coding, for example, before remote work was as big as it is. It doesn't matter if coding is exploding everywhere except for your community. If you're not willing to leave your area to find work, you might be kind of screwed. So if you plan on staying in the general area where you live right now, you either work remote or you specifically look at, all right, what type of work is needed in my area that I can reasonably get into? So Ryan Farrell is an economist who works on the handbook. He says he first got into the data. He was surprised at how many opportunities there were in high-paying jobs that didn't require a bachelor's degree. People getting an associate's degree can be a little bit overlooked, and there are plenty of occupations where that's the required entry-level indoctrination. Or even better, go into a trade. These guys, it's a crime that they're not telling kids about apprenticeships. Although I can see why they do it if they're being paid by the colleges, though. Because, I mean, just look at it this way. From the perspective of a kid, you have two options. Option number one, you put yourself $200,000 in debt over 4 years, getting some useless degree that isn't going to lead to anything. Or option number two, you take an apprenticeship in a trade where you get paid to learn the job. You don't have to go into debt to learn. You get paid while you learn. And then after you pass your test and become a journeyman, you're going to be making the same amount as someone who paid $200,000 for the privilege. And then once you become a master, you're basically an entrepreneur. You're going to own your own business, most likely. And you're going to be making money hand over fist if you play your cards right. But again, just research find out what it is you want to do. Just find what you want to do first, and then research what it takes to do that. If you want to be a doctor, there's no avoiding college. You have to go to college. You have to go to medical school. If you want to be a plumber, college would be a waste of your fucking time. You go straight down to your local trade union, fill out whatever paperwork and tests they want from you, and apply for an apprenticeship. Even for people with just a high school diploma, Farrell says there are a number of high-paying trade jobs where workers get on-the-job training. Yeah, you get paid to learn instead of paying to learn, or can acquire skills through an apprenticeship. That's how Isis Harris in Portland got her training to become an electrician, a career she says that helps her feel fulfilled both physically and mentally. You use your body, of course, because it's a physical job, but you also have to use your mind every day, she explains. And if you don't, you get shocked and you can die. You get to create what needs to happen in this room, and at the end of the day, you look back like you've completed this apartment unit, or you've completed this office space, or you've installed this fire alarm system, and you can see the accomplishment every day of what you did the day previously. You can get that to a lesser degree with coding as well, if you don't have a boss that overwrites your stuff and makes it worse. When Harris completes her training in December, she'll be in a job that pays about $100,000 a year or more. The job security that comes from working in an in-demand field with wages that allow her to support herself and her 2-year-old son brings peace of mind. Yep, she made the right choices, man. And that's another point that I always make when these topics come up too, actually. These trade jobs are recession and even depression proof. Once again, let's talk about plumbers. It doesn't matter how bad the economy is. It doesn't matter how tight your budget is. If your toilet breaks and is spewing shit sewer water all over your house, you're going to find the money to pay for a plumber to fix that. If you have a job maintaining existing infrastructure and that infrastructure isn't being abandoned en masse, you're always going to have job security. Having a decent wage or a nice income, you can do some financial planning, Harris says. You can save some money. You can plan for emergencies. You can do all those things that may not be tangible when you're living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, she's right. Listen to her. Yeah, buildings are always going to need roofs replaced or added. Electrical wires are always going to need to be redone or repaired or installed. Air conditioning units break down and will need someone to fix or replace them. No matter how bad the economy is, these jobs will always be there. So that's something to consider, especially if you think we're going into another recession or depression, man.
Oh man, I am so excited to tell you guys right now that finally, after about a year of build-up and shilling, we have launched Blade Devil on Indiegogo, and so far it is doing so well thanks to awesome people like you. If you haven't backed it yet, then please check the links in the description and check out Blade Devil on Indiegogo. You will not be disappointed. Looking forward to seeing you there.